11 years in a row.
All right, finishing up what has felt like a really long week.
Yes, a long week, a long winter, but now we have warmth. Spring is here. Alana.
You know, I usually love snow, but I feel like earlier this week I was like, whew, I'm running the snow
We had some
marathon.
Snow fatigue going on earlier,
I
didn't
feel like we did, and then here we are, and the temperatures are warming, and I'm looking at the temperatures going, slow down, slow down, slow down. I'm okay with a gradual warm-up, but we're going to see those numbers really climbing. Cloud cover out there from our Washington County camera. We've got the clouds that have moved in associated with a weak disturbance. It's not just southern Utah. We're also seeing them in the north, a little more sunshine peeking through in Lehigh, so some clearing behind this deck of clouds, but a disturbance will bring increasing clouds for Easter weekend, but this is going to help lock in some mild temperatures. Satellite radar shows us the high pressure that's in control. That deck of clouds making it into eastern Utah. The breaks in those clouds popping up here on the satellite. And we will see a mix of sun and clouds until the sun goes down at 7:59 late tonight. I know we're getting into that season, and we're going to see dry conditions. 40s and 50s for the temperatures right now, knocking on the door at 60 degrees in Salt Lake City, into the 60s in St. George, 60s in Moab. Really pretty, and only going up from here. 24-hour temperature change tells quite the story here. Look at the numbers. 11 degrees warmer than where we were at this point yesterday, more so in Provo, Price, Vernal, 16 degrees warmer in Milford. So the highs are jumping, and so this high pressure brings the warming trend, and the numbers are kind of skyrocketing. They do so through Easter weekend, and then they climb into the above average range for early next week. Eventually, they drop back down. I'm going to explain why, but we've got some flooding concerns when you see that temperature warm up. A lot of people are talking about it, and they're worried about it. In the Beehive State, we're expecting lower elevation snowpack to melt off in the coming days. Now, not expecting floods, but some of those rivers will be running high, swift. They're going to be really cold, so you want to make sure you keep kids and pets away from those rising waters. The enhanced runoff prompted by the temperatures. Slot canyons in the backcountry, especially in southern Utah, they're going to be tough spots, so you want to avoid backcountry hazards and make sure you clear that snow away from your foundation as we get through the next several weeks. The flood watch is in effect for our neighbors over in eastern Nevada. They're also being impacted by this ridge of high pressure and has seen plenty of snow. FUTURECAST walks us through that cloud cover that I mentioned was out there. This disturbance will impact us through tomorrow morning. You'll wake up, clouds around to start the day, and then clearing skies, clear conditions as we close out Holy Saturday and roll into Easter Sunday, where we're going to see plenty of sunshine and daytime highs. It's going to be a beautiful Easter if you've got outdoor plans. I know everyone's like, there's snow on the ground. How do we bury the eggs? Don't worry, the snow's going to melt, and you can always bury them in flower pots or inside. That's what I go with. 30s, 40s, and 50s for the overnight. We'll get to those upper 50s for those temperatures tomorrow in Salt Lake, 70 in Moab, 76 in St. George. As we zoom in, I'm going to show you what to expect in northern Utah and our mountain valleys, getting into the 40s and 50s in Park City and Heber, so the Wasatch back looking good, Flaming Gorge in the low 40s, Tooele hitting the mid 50s, Ogden just a little warmer than that. Central Utah, chillier for the overnight, but staying above freezing in many locations. We'll see some highs reaching for 60 degrees. We'll get there in places like Castledale. Down south, 60s near Kanab, Lake Powell hitting 70. Those low 60s in Blanding and mid 70s in St. George. That's actually jumping above average for this time of year. The next 7 days in Washington County show a steady increase in those temperatures with lots of sunshine. The winds start to pick up Tuesday, and then we get a front coming through. Easter Sunday looks beautiful with a high of 81 in St. George, and throughout the region, those temperatures with dry conditions and plenty of sun are expected. Hope you have a fantastic Easter weekend if you're celebrating, and a great Easter. Wasatch Front brings those 60s in. How about a first 70-degree day? Let's go Monday, and then let's up it on Tuesday, and then let's keep it around Wednesday. Thursday, though, things start to change. Cooler temperatures are going to be out there. Front comes in. Wet weather has the potential of showing up late next week, but this prolonged period of dry conditions hangs on as we head into the holiday weekend. Glenn, Emily, over to you.
All right, up and down and all around. Hold on for the ride. Thanks so much, Alana. Appreciate that.